Hi everyone, welcome back to the placement series where we are helping you crack your interview to land an amazing job. If this is your first time coming to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and check out all the other videos we have on the channel because I'm sure you will find it helpful. In today's video, we are going to talk about how do you make a first good impression in an interview. Now, I'll tell you a bit about why you should listen about this from me. I have attended a lot of interviews and I have also taken a lot of interviews, especially of freshers and university level students. So I have seen with my eyes the mistakes that students make, and I want to share these tips so that you avoid these mistakes and make an amazing first impression, because we've all heard it, first impression is the last impression. So let's start the video. The first thing we are going to talk about is being well dressed. Most important, everybody knows that if you're going to an interview, you need to be well dressed. So I want to reiterate this. Make sure you don't wear unironed clothes to the interview, right? Wear something that's professional, wear something that's clean, neat. Make sure you smell good, make sure you're groomed. It really makes a good first impression and it also boosts your confidence a lot. So don't take this lightly and make sure that you are well dressed. The second thing that you need to do to make a good first impression is actually be there on time, right? What else could you be doing? You should be there on time. You can't use any excuses that the train was stuck or the rain started pouring or my taxi driver just left me. You can't use any excuses. Basically, you know you have an interview scheduled. You need to reach there on time. And for the people who have an online interview, you need to go and join the meeting link 5 minutes to 10 minutes before the scheduled interview. If you reach on the meeting invite 5 minutes before, it shows your punctuality. Imagine that you're going to a real interview. You would reach there before time, right? So try and do the same thing even though it's a meeting link. So make sure you reach there on time and you don't have any logistical issues such as bad internet connectivity, not charged laptop, etc. The third thing you can do to make a great first impression is to just be confident and smile. A lot of people just get so scared of the interview and they're just so scared internally that they forget to just be normal and smile. See, interviews are important, right? They are going to decide if you're going to get the job or not. And it's very difficult to crack an interview and to even reach that stage. I get that. I understand. I've been there too, right? It's important. But try and understand this, that because of how scared you are and the fear you have, you are just not coming across as a friendly person. I'll just tell you to imagine two different scenarios. The first scenario, just imagine that your interview is done, you've gone back home and now you're sharing how your interview went with your parents, your family, siblings, or your best friends. Just imagine how you're going to be sharing it. You're going to smile, have gestures, explain to them, then this happened, the interviewer asked me this and I knew this question or I didn't know this question. Then this is what I told the interviewer. You're going to be expressive. You're going to be yourself because that is your comfort zone. Those are your family members, your friends. And that is going to be your true self because you're going to smile and you're going to have these gestures, right? But now imagine the second scenario where you're actually in the interview and you're scared and the recruiter is asking you questions and you're being scared and you're answering. Now just imagine your face and your body language. Chances are you're going to be so scared. You're just going to be like this or just like, just like this and just with the hands on your lap and just in a statue position with just being really uptight and not smiling because you're scared, right? And it's obvious. And when you're scared and you have that body language, the person in the front is also going to know you're scared and this just impacts your confidence level. So please, even though you're scared, make sure that you try your best to smile, come across as a friendly person, just talk. Don't be scared of the recruiter. They are here to do their job as well. This is their 9 to 5 as well, right? They are the recruiters, they are the HRs. They are working. It's a job. They also want to take interviews. Just call it a day. Go back home. So don't be so scared of them. Be friendly. Just imagine a scenario where you knock the door. You say, may I come into the interviewer? You open the door and you are just like this or you are just like scared. Imagine that and just imagine opening the door and be like, hi, good morning. Just see the difference and the impact in confidence in both the scenarios. You want to obviously come across as the second person who is confident. So try your best to keep smiling. Have a little small chat. Just be like, how's your day going? Did you have a lot of interviews today? Is it a busy day? Just make small talk. Instead of being scared of them, just make it a conversation. That is going to be your best key for an interview. The fourth thing that you can do is actually ask them a question before they ask you questions, right? When you go to an interview, most of the people are just going to be scared and they just sit like this and they're like, hi, good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir. And then they're just going to sit silently. But you can use that as an opportunity and ask the interviewers a question rather than waiting for them to ask you that, okay, so your name is Meera. Can you tell me about yourself? before that question comes to you, you initiate the conversation. Be like, hi, what's your name? Really nice to be here today. How's your day going? These are the questions you should ask the interviewer. Take that as an opportunity. If you can't come up with a question on spot and you're someone who is going to get too nervous, actually prepare a question beforehand that you're going to ask the interviewer. When you say, may I come in and knock the door and enter? Just directly go shake hands with people, say a good morning, and just ask this question to them. You are going to come off as someone who's so confident and so polite, and you're just relaxed, right? So that shows the person you're confident in the things that you're going to say. You're not scared and worried. We are usually scared and worried when we are a bit underconfident. So we don't want to show that to the recruiter. So yes, these were the top 4 ways in which you can make an amazing first impression in any interview. Let's just recap them. You need to be well dressed, well groomed. You need to be there on time without any excuses and being late for whatsoever reason, no matter if it's online or in-person interview. You need to stop being scared of the interviewer and you need to show confidence. You need to smile more, show more gestures. Just try and be yourself. Right? The 4th thing, you need to ask questions to the recruiter. Try and take it as an opportunity to ask them things and make it as a conversation rather than it being a one-way thing that a person is asking a question, you're answering. They're asking a question, you're answering. Rather than that, you make it more like a conversation. Start small talk the minute you enter the room. So these are the top ways in which you can make an amazing impression in your job interview. I am sure if you do all of these things, you will make a good impression and the recruiters are going to be impressed and think like, okay, this is a confident person, right? Now, just by making a good impression, obviously, it doesn't mean that you're going to get the job, right? You need to make sure that you know the technical skills, you're answering the questions in the right way. There are so many other things that are linked to an interview, your body language, how you're answering questions, how you're answering behavior type questions. How do you handle questions in which you don't know the answer to it? So these are all different things that are also important in an interview. And in this placement series, we are going to discuss all of these questions in the upcoming videos. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you subscribe because I'm sure these videos are going to be really helpful for you. Comment down and let me know if you liked this video and found it helpful. And to all of you who have an interview coming up, I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for watching this video and see you next time.